No, 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 no. I need a drink. No, I need a drink. I need a drink. I need a drink for this one. Break out the good stuff. That ought to be good enough to get for this idiocy. Was it really that bad? Yeah, it was that bad. Yeah. Oh, it was. So, I stomached Fazangalang and salutations, my lovely little lunatic. I'm your good psychotic your friendly psychotic neighbor, Insanity. And I just had to deal with some of the most absolutely pathetic. Give me a second. Oh, that's a strong one. Yeah, I need it. I just had to watch Bill Barr testifying in the House. And I don't think I've ever seen such a pathetic, downright shameful display, hit it, Bob?
A shameful display?
Than I have with how the Democrats treated Bill Barr. How they treated this whole thing. Ugh. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm drinking, it is a 2-to-1 mix of Barefoot red wine, Rose Moscato, I think, and Captain Morgan gingerbread spiced rum. It's a good sipping drink, and it's strong when you need it if there's stuff like this. They were talking, what was this whole thing about? This was all about the protests. And how Trump's stormtroopers, federal agents, were being brought in to help in some areas, the difference between Project Legend and Project Diligent Valor. One is about protecting federal monuments and statues and all that, and one is actually going in to help people with the protests. I don't know the full extent of it, but they're two different things. Well, with all the horrible things going on in Portland and so on, everyone's screaming their heads off, which is funny because now good old Ted Wheeler has basically bent the knee to the feds, though if you look at any leftist media, they're claiming otherwise. Yeah, the feds will leave when your police do their job. And now Oregon is actually sending in state police to Portland. So you're not defunding the cops, you're getting more. And the feds aren't leaving until that's done. So, ha 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 ha, suck it. That could have looked a lot smoother. I know, I'm dealing with the new teeth. Still have to paint them and all. But I have never seen such utter childish behavior from people who are supposed to be leaders of the free world. But the Democrats aren't that anymore. They're pathetic piles of excrement. We're more pathetic than me trying to drink out of this stupid thing. So, once again, they're talking about all this stuff, and you can tell, because here's the biggest thing. Republicans ask a question. Bill Barr answers said question. Continue on. Democrats throw inflammatory bull posed as a question. Bill Barr tries to answer, I reclaim my time. They want sound bites. That's it. They don't care. None of them care. What was it? The one, and they lose their emotions run high. Answer me! I reclaim my time! What was it? They were talking about, one of them was talking about how using chemicals against protesters. How do you explain that? And Bill Barr goes, yeah, you shouldn't use chemicals against protesters. But Ryder, I reclaim my time! And why do they do this? Because they know if he actually was allowed to speak, all of their bull would go up in smoke. They'd have nothing. And every time he pulled out some zingers on him, and because one of them, she was sitting there talking, answer about the policy. And she didn't say anything about policy. She just stood there and lambasted and grandstanded and did nothing. And then Bill Barr goes, you didn't say anything about the policy. Like, obviously you didn't hear me. No, we all listened. You didn't say anything. And here's also the funny thing. The left is angry at the Democrats. Because they didn't allow Bill Barr to speak. Bill Barr, in their own eyes, couldn't dig his own grave. And looking around, and looking through the chats and all that, and seeing all these people from around the world, they're like, how can these people be so rude? Who are these people? How could they act like this? People from around the world are looking at our politicians and going, who are these impotent children? These pathetic, spineless windbags. And I answer the Democratic Party. That's who they are. I'm legitimately angry at this. I know it doesn't seem that way because I had to take my time to calm down. It took me a long time to watch through. So I didn't even get through all of it. I didn't get through a lot of it. Just because I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand it. And then I went and I read transcripts and stuff like that. It's so sickening. It's so pathetic. And it's so blatantly obvious they have nothing. They just want sound bites. So the next time their election comes around, I was tough on Bill Barr. Blah, 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 grandstand, blah, 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 nothing. And the sad thing is, a lot of these places are probably still going to vote Democrat. And the big thing is, one of the reasons why they're still going to vote Democrat is because a lot of the smart people are leaving. If they can. Hopefully there are enough people there, I'm sorry if you can't leave, but hopefully there are enough people there to change things. Because this is beyond pathetic. Beyond unacceptable. You would probably take a random person off the street and they'd do a better job than these politicians, these elected Democrats. They can't win. They can't. So they're pulling every dirty trick in the book and using the lying leftist mainstream media who will post anything they want. Because until 230 reform happens, they don't care that they're breaking the law. They don't. And unless you're like the Covington kids and suing them, which I'll have a story about that tomorrow. Unless you're doing that, everyone just needs to start suing these people for everything. Once again, freedom of speech is not freedom from consequence. And I love how the left, and I know the left loves to say that, the right needs to take them up on that. A lot of the right thinks they're better than cancel culture and all. And I believe for the most part, yeah. Don't cancel that one idiot on Twitter. But these people in power, they need to realize their actions and their words have consequence. Because of them, people are injured and dead. Because of them, businesses are shut down and will never reopen. Because of them, this is all going on. Because they don't care about you or me. Only themselves. They don't care about the American citizen. Only the ones who will grease their wallet and getting elected next time so they can continue further getting them deals, rubbing elbows with billionaires so that they can have a high-paying job once they leave. This was one of the most shameful displays of politics I have ever seen. And when I've said it before a number of times, when a person like me who takes a fistful of medication, sees hallucinations every day, spends most of my time hallucinating than in reality and being conscious, thinks you're crazy, you've lost. And the saddest thing is, they don't think they're crazy. They think they're justified and right. They think 2 plus 2 doesn't always equal 4. Because if you have 2 oranges and 2 bananas, that doesn't equal 4 oranges. Except the simple fact that 2 pieces of something and 2 pieces of something will still equal 4. They're trying to change definitions. It's okay to be, it's not being racist if you're racist against white people. They're trying to change stuff like that. And it's so utterly disgusting. Knowing that, honestly, I could probably do a better job than they are. At least I'd be a better overall candidate than they are. Because here's the thing, yeah, I may be insane, but I'm not stupid. And I think that's the saddest part. A good portion of these people are stupid. And a good portion of these people just don't care. They want to win at all costs. Even if that means burning everything down in the process. Decades from now, they're going to look back on this. And this will be one of those moments where the American citizens will be utterly just disgusted at what these elected individuals think their power actually is. It needs a full scorched earth. They need to be removed. They need to be put on lists, and they need to never be allowed to work in any form of politics ever again. Because they will lie, they will cheat, and they will steal, and do anything it takes to win. This really took it out of me. I actually felt sick after all this. Anyhow, I'll be more upbeat tomorrow. This was just once again one of those things that you just sit there and it's like just how with the mainstream media, how COVID has made it so clearly abundant that they're lying and they don't care. And you think, well, that's the mainstream media. And then you see these protesters like, oh, well, that's just stupid normal people. But these people are supposed to be looking out for the best interests of the American citizens. And they don't care. They don't care about you, and it's always been apparent, but this was just a shovel to the face. Anyhow, once again, I'll be more upbeat tomorrow, and hopefully, I'll bring you some more insanity to help deal with the stupidity of the world. Maybe make it a little bit more interesting and entertaining. Anywho, if you like this content, subscribe for more insanity. And I'll see you all in the next one.